Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin back above 40k. Could this here be the expected correction of the downtrend? It could be. It could be. We've been waiting for that. So let's take a look on the chart, if this is what we have been waiting for. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Showed you here in the previous video on the 8-hour chart today, this descending wedge. And it seems like we are currently at least trying to break out. So I can put that a bit more accurately on the chart here. And if I do that, then it really looks like that we are currently at least trying to break out. Yeah, I think we haven't done it yet. It doesn't look like we've done it yet. And there's a few different ways of doing it. This is on the 8-hour chart. Here on the daily chart, let's see, sometimes it looks a bit different on different time frames depending on the wicks, and we can actually see that there isn't really a wedge that you can draw on the 1-day chart. Yeah, so we would need to go to the 4-hour or the 8-hour chart. Here on the 4-hour, yeah, not really a different picture here. We're even cutting through the wicks. I think on the 8-hour it's actually most accurate. We could actually try, and that is what I don't normally look at too often. It's the 12-hour. Let's see how that's actually looking like. So on the 12-hour it looks okay. So also similar picture here actually, where you can however also draw that wedge. So I'd rather go to the 8-hour chart. Looks a bit better here on the 8-hour, to be honest. Yeah. And yeah, we haven't really broken out yet. I told you that we need to get, in the previous video I mentioned that 40.2k level. And that is exactly where we currently are. So this was the next target, but we need to break it. Yeah. If we do not break above it, and we tried it here, but this is not really a sustainable breakout. What you want to do is at least on the 4-hour chart, close the candle above this trend line here and retest it. And that is what we haven't done yet. Yeah, we're currently here. We see a huge candle, good engulfing green candle that confirms he's some kind of an uptrend. But as long as we don't get above that 40.2k level, yeah, then we cannot really talk about that uptrend. And again, there's a few different ways of seeing this current wave count here. Actually, possible, of course, here. That is what I said before as well, that we actually had here an A, an overshooting wave B, and this could be the wave C of the wave 2 here, and that could then take us into that target area. And this is probably, you know, it doesn't really make a difference which one I'm choosing because it wouldn't make a difference. So here wave 1 complete, and then A, B, C, where the wave B was basically an undershooting or overshooting, however you want to call it, wave compared to the previous low. And now we could really be in that wave C. Bear in mind, a C wave also doesn't move in a straight line. It's an impulsive move. It moves in 5 waves. And that is something we need to be prepared for. But this has been the view that we are going to go higher here. What I can't tell you, if we are going to bounce off that resistance level once more and come down once more, maybe to 37.8 or even lower, depending on how long this is going to take, and then see that counter reaction, or if we go through here straight away. But you know, a correction of that downtrend is now imminent. And a wave 2 is normally a larger correction, coming normally here into those higher fib levels. And depending on how I draw it, if I draw it from here, if I think the wave 1 is here around 37.7, or if I draw it here, it doesn't make a great difference, yeah. But if I move it back to this wave count, I just have to adjust the target area very, very slightly. It does make a big difference. And in this scenario, we would need to get, I mean, normally, yeah, a second wave would go to the 50% fib retracement that is just above 43k, 43.2k in this scenario, and could move up. Yeah, possibly here a very, you know, common level would be that 46.15 level here, the 78.6% fib level. Yeah, so we would need to see here some sort of reaction, and that is not only based on the Elliott wave count, it's also based on the indicators. I mean, if I'm taking a look here on the 4-hour chart, just basically looking here at the indicators, you can see here a bullish divergence, a positive divergence, where we made here higher, or basically we started to move up here. We made it higher lows on the MACD, for example, And we can see the same here. If I take a look on the price chart, while we're making higher lows on the MACD, we're making actually lower lows on the price chart. So that is a positive divergence, a bullish divergence that would also show that an uptrend is actually imminent. And also here on the RSI, same thing, making higher lows on the 4-hour. And oftentimes when you can identify a bullish, a descending wedge, which essentially is a bullish breakout pattern or bullish pattern, we can normally often find a bullish divergence as well. And here very clearly on the 8-hour chart, I mean, that is really clear. We have seen here also a bullish divergence on the RSI, and on the MACD, you can see the same thing. So all of that shows me actually that a move to the upside should be imminent, And I'm not talking about a sustainable uptrend, no, by no means. I'm talking here about a corrective move in a downtrend, because my expectation is that we are going to see here lower prices. But here the MACD on the daily also, I think now accelerating again to the upside. I think we are going to see here a bullish crossover on the daily. It is very low, that MACD on the daily, and also that confirms that we should really see here further upside. If it's happening tomorrow or not, I can't tell you, but it will happen here soon, rather sooner than later, I think. We even have that bullish pattern on the chart, and that could then take us finally here into the green target area. I already expected it here, and I had to expect it here because we had a strong reaction to one of the Fibonacci extensions of the wave down. We could count this as a 5-wave move here with that yellow one. And we also started to move up as well, and we moved into the range. So I basically had to expect that we are going into the green area already, but it was probably a little bit too early. It came down once more. But again, not a problem, because as I always say, nothing moves in a straight line. So when we talk about that, the direction is still the same, right? Because if this here was that 5th wave completed and you start to move now in the 2nd wave, then the A, B, C, that wave B was part of the 2nd wave. So it's all going at the moment, according to plan. We need to see that wave to the upside before we can go further down. That we go down straight away, I think, is fairly unlikely. Yes, of course, in this wedge we have a little bit more scope to move further down, but then we should see that wave 2, and only then we can see the next wave 3 down, wave 4 up, wave 5 down, and that should land in the yellow target area. And these will really mean low prices for the altcoins as well. And I expect that in this area here, hopefully we are going to complete the correction of Bitcoin, of that overall move here, of this larger ABC. And I just hope that I have been bearish enough here for Bitcoin, but we won't know until we get there. Certainly so far it's working out. So far it has worked out. Again, whenever prices are going up, everybody's getting bullish again. But I myself, I'm already thinking to myself, have I been bearish enough? And that is the same story for a lot of altcoins. When everybody called me too bearish, now we are actually in these target areas. And those calls that I'm too bearish have actually died down. But I'm getting a bit concerned about some altcoins. I tell you that very, very honestly. XRP is one of them. Blocktopia is one of them. I talked about, what was the other one? Filecoin I talked about, IOTA. Did I just mention IOTA? IOTA is one of them that I covered, I think, in December or January for the last time. But those are coins that I think when Bitcoin really goes into that yellow area, I mean, it's looking like it will smash them. So it's just something to be aware of. And therefore, just for me here, the message I can't recommend anything to you, but I can tell you what I do. And this is, I do diversify into different coins, because should really one coin die, I'm not telling you that XRP will die, but it can be really, it can go really further down if we cross here below certain support levels. But if one coin, let's say one coin would die, then at least you have maybe 5 or 10 other coins that when we then go finally up and they do a 10x, I mean, you will be still in profit, right? So therefore, don't just maximize in one coin. Personally, I wouldn't do it. It's just also in crypto, you can diversify to a degree. It's not that straightforward, but we can see obviously that what many people say, that everything is following Bitcoin, is just not true. we see in my analysis here as well, we see various coins moving in different waves. Of course, they are all affected by a Bitcoin downturn, but we can see various coins that move completely different from each other. But yeah, that is here the message. And of course, we'll talk more about that in different altcoin videos here. But yeah, I think we are going up first and then coming down, and that will then hopefully at some point here complete the correction. How long that will take, it's impossible to say. It really is, yeah. I didn't expect such a long corrective move here. I think we are now about to complete that, and we can go further down. But again, that doesn't move in a straight line. We will go up again and then come down. And how long we are eventually going to be in this target area and maybe even drop below the target area, I can't tell you that, yeah. But the direction is clear. And if we're going to drop further, we won't know until we get closer to that area. That all the Fibonacci extensions will be able to help us to forecast that. And if you don't want to miss that, then yeah, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. And if you want to learn more about TA and trading, check out my trading course on my website. Link is in the description. It is a pre-sale, yeah, so you get it at a discounted price. As a channel member, there's an additional discount, and I do publish 1 chapter per week. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.